Oh, full screen.
Oh, shit.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sean, coming to you from my English school, Via Meravigli. And today I'm with...
Hi, I'm Jadine. I'm from London and I am also a teacher at Via Meravigli.
Okay, so today we're doing a focus on best friends. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions at any point in the broadcast, please write a comment, okay?
Yes, and for those of you who are joining us as well, please introduce yourself in the comment because we would love to meet you and know which school you go to, where you are joining us from.
Okay, very good. So, best friends. So, in this focus activity, describing people, activities with friends, and the perfect friend. So, to describe people, to talk about their physical characteristics and how they are as a person. So, their behavior, their personality.
Yes.
Activities with friends. So, the hobbies and activities and things you enjoy doing with your friends in your free time, in your leisure time. And then the perfect friend. So, the best friend you can imagine. Everything about them is perfect. Okay. So, who is your best friend? Introduce your best friend to the class. So, first question: what's his or her name? Second question: what's his or her job? Third question: where is he or she from? And how old is he or she? So these are very common questions for introducing yourself. So, first of all, the question: who is your best friend? It is asking which person is your favorite friend. The friend who is the closest to is your favorite, your best friend. So they want to know what name your best friend has, what their job is, what place they come from, where they come from, where is for places, and how old they are. So I will begin. My best friend's name is Amy. She is a waitress. She works in a restaurant. She serves people in a restaurant. She is from Ireland. And she is 22 years old. So be careful with age to use to be rather than to have. So she is 22 years old. Okay? How about you, Jadine? Introduce your best friend to the class, please.
Yes. So my best friend is a girl called Susan.
Mm-hmm.
She works in a retail shop. So she selects and she sells clothes and fashion items to customers. She is from London, like me, but her family, her mum and her dad, are from Africa. And she is 25 years old.
Okay.
So, yes. Very cool. 2 points we can make. So the first one is on the board. If you say my friend's name, so both Sean and I said my friend's name, we say friends with an apostrophe S, but this does not mean friend is. It's possessive. So it's because the name belongs to the friend. So be careful with this.
Yes, very, very important point. Very good point. So feel free, please introduce your best friend to the class in the comments. Tell us what is his or her name, what's his or her job, where is he or she from, and how old is he or she. Okay? Now we have qualities. So match the opposites. So first, we'll just read through these qualities, these adjectives, these describing words, so you can hear the pronunciation. Okay? Tall, fat, funny, honest, loud, patient, hardworking, thin, lazy, short, dishonest, impatient, quiet, and boring. So the opposites. So we have tall, and the opposite is short. So someone who is tall is very high. They're very tall. They have a large height. And someone who's short is very low. So opposites. Fat, and the opposite is thin. So someone who is fat is very large, very wide, and someone who is thin is the opposite. Okay? Funny, and the opposite is boring. Someone who is funny is someone who makes you laugh, who makes you they make you have fun. It's a good time with a funny person. Someone who is boring is the opposite. It's not a good time. You are tired, you are bored. There is no happiness or entertainment with this person. Very honest and then dishonest. To be honest is to tell the truth, and to be dishonest is to lie. To be loud is to speak very loudly with a very big voice, and quiet is the opposite. You speak very softly. Patient and impatient. Patient, you can wait a long time and it's no problem. You're a very slow, calm person who can wait for things. Impatient is the opposite. You are always very anxious to move on to do the next thing. And then hardworking and lazy. Hardworking, you work all the time. You work very intensely. You are a very attentive and very active person. Lazy is the opposite. You don't like to work. You like to sleep. You like to do nothing. Okay? So I'm going to talk about which qualities I have. So I am tall and thin. I think I am funny. I am honest. I'm quiet. I am patient. And I am quite lazy. Okay? How about you, Jadine? Which qualities do you have?
So I am very short. I'm a very small person. I am also very honest, I think. But I am not very patient. I'm patient. I don't like to wait for things. And I am also a bit lazy.
Okay. Okay. A little bit is okay. A little bit is okay. It's normal.
Yes,
Please?
in between lazy and hardworking.
Okay, very good. Please tell us in the comments your qualities. Okay? So now, my best friend is positive, and my best friend isn't negative. So this is third person singular of to be. Positive is, negative isn't, is not. So, my best friend is short, funny, loud, impatient, hardworking, and honest. This is what my best friend Amy is like. Positive sentences. Negative, my best friend isn't, is not, isn't tall, isn't fat, isn't dishonest, isn't patient, isn't boring. Okay? Jadine, your best friend?
Yes, so my best friend Susan is tall, very tall,
Very tall.
and thin, very thin, and very honest, and loud, and hardworking, but also, like me, is very impatient.
Okay, good. Interesting. Everybody is very different. Okay? So now, what do you do? What do you usually do with your best friend? So this question is asking you about activities, the things that you spend your time doing. What do you usually do with your best friend? Usually is about frequency. So, how often you do something, the number of times, the regularity, the frequency with which you do something. So, something that you do usually is something that is normal to do, that you do many times in your life, in the week, in the month. It's a normal thing for you to do. So the question, what do you usually do with your best friend? What things is it normal? Is it regular for you to do together? Example, we usually go to the cinema on Fridays. So, present simple to talk about things that you do in general. On with days of the week. Preposition on with days of the week. And the cinema where you watch films. This is positive, and we have negative. We never go to the pub. Never is not even once. It is no times. It is something that is not done by us. So we never go to the pub where they serve drinks like a bar. Okay? So we have when, at the weekend. So on days of the week and at with the weekend. Once a month. So we have once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, etc. But 1 and 2 are irregular when you are talking about times that you do something. So once a month, 1 time every month, once a month. Every Saturday, each Saturday, all Saturdays, and on my birthday, on the one day that it is my birthday. Okay? How often? This is the question for frequency. So we have usually, which we discussed, sometimes is not usually, but sometimes, occasionally, maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months, something that we do, but not all the time, not usually. Always is something that is totally regular for us. Every single time I do this, we always go to school together. We always go to work together, even more frequent than usually. And never is negative. Yes, not once, not one time. And then we have some example activities: to go shopping, to go to the cinema, to play football, and to travel. So to buy things in the shops, clothes or books or anything you want, to watch films in the cinema, to play football, the sport, soccer, and to travel, to visit cities and countries. So, I am going to talk what I usually do with my best friend. So, we usually go shopping at the weekend. We sometimes go to the cinema. We never play football. And we always travel in the summer. Okay? How about you, Jadine? What do you usually do with your best friend?
So we usually go for coffee in the morning together. So go for coffee is another way to say we drink coffee together. We go to a bar and drink coffee. We always eat cake on my birthday or on her birthday together. So always, every birthday, we eat cake together. We sometimes go shopping together. Sometimes. And we never go to the cinema, actually.
Never?
Never.
You don't like the cinema?
No, we do like the cinema, so I don't know why. It's interesting.
It's difficult to find the time sometimes.
Maybe.
Okay, excellent. Again, please tell us what you usually do with your best friend. Okay? The same things. Do you like the same things? Music, books, food, and fashion. So the same things, same as in both of us have the similar preferences. We both like the same things. So talking about likes and dislikes, the things that are your favorites and the things that are not your favorites, your preferred music, books, food, and fashion. So, do you like the same music? Positive. Yes, we like the same music. Negative. No, we don't like the same music. So positive, we like. Negative, we don't like. Okay? So let's discuss these: music, books, food, and fashion. So, do you like the same music? No. Me and my best friend Amy don't like the same music. She likes pop music and I like classical music. Books. Do you like the same books? No, we don't like the same books. She likes romantic books, and I like thrillers. Do you like the same food? Yes, we like the same food. We both, the two of us, like to eat fast food, to eat burgers and chips and unhealthy food. Do you like the same fashion? No, we don't like the same fashion. I like to wear black, and she likes to wear lots of color. So interesting to note, I like, first person, third person, she likes, third person positive, third person negative, she doesn't like. So for the third person, both positive and negative are different. Okay? Jadine, do you like the same things as your best friend?
Yes, we like the same music. We both like rock music,
Mm-hmm.
and we like the same food,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't like the same books.
Oh.
Yes. So she likes non-fiction books. So books that are true, stories that are true. I like fiction books, so stories that are imaginary or made up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very good. Yes. So me and my best friend are quite different, but it sounds like you and your best friend have lots in common. To have
Mm.
lots in common is to like similar things. Very good. And we have more topics. Do you like the same places, hobbies, and television programs? Do you have the same taste in? So, the same taste is the same type of preferences. So, my taste in music is my preference for jazz. My taste in food is my preference for fast food, the type of things that you like. So it's the same question phrased differently. So we can use the same taste for music, books, fashion, television programs, also food, but not for places or hobbies. Okay? So, do you like the same places? Me and my best friend Amy, no, we don't like the same places. She likes to socialize, she likes to go to the pub, she likes to go dancing in the club. I like to be more relaxed. I like to go to the bookshop and the library. The bookshop where they sell books, the library where you borrow books. It's different to Italian. And I like the park, I like fresh air. So we like different places. We don't like the same places. Do you like the same hobbies? So you could say, do you like the same hobbies or do you have the same hobbies? With hobbies, we often use the verb to have. So, no, we don't have the same hobbies. I like to read and watch films. She, as I said, likes to socialize, likes to go traveling, likes to do some exercise as well. which is different to me? Do you like the same television programs? Yes, actually, we do like the same television programs. We both like to watch American series, American television programs, usually those available on Netflix. We like to talk about them together. It's something we have in common. So, Jay Dean, do you like the same places, hobbies, and television programs to your best friend?
We have the same taste in television programs as well. We both like to watch films that have a lot of drama or action in them. We do not have the same taste in places, though. She likes to go to places that are very busy with lots of strangers, or strangers are people you don't know yet. But I prefer places that are more quiet and less busy. So, not so many people inside. I'm small, but I like to have a lot of space. But we also have the same taste in hobbies. We both like reading different books, but reading, and we both like art.
Very good. Okay, so it's interesting to see because sometimes we are very similar to our best friend, and sometimes we're very different. Depends. Okay, please tell us, do you like the same things as your best friend? Arguments with friends. Do you argue with your best friend? So, to argue, to have a negative discussion, to have a disagreement, to have a conflict, to have a fight, a verbal disagreement, a verbal conflict. So, do you argue with your best friend? Do you have conflicts with your best friend? So, we have positive. Yes, we argue often. Adverb of frequency, often is usually, all the time, very often. Yes, a normal thing to happen. That's a positive one. Yes, we argue often. We argue about football. So this is the subject you disagree about. So we argue about the preposition before the subject, football. And then we have negative. No, we don't argue. And no, we never argue, not once. It is something that never, not once happens. So here we have how often, usually, sometimes, always, never, like we discussed, and why, the subject. So we have sports, politics, where to go, and what to eat. So sports, football, tennis, etc. Politics, the way the country is governed, is run. Where to go, the places you want to go together, the activities you do together, and what to eat, which restaurants to go together, what to cook for each other, what to prepare to eat together. So, Do you argue with your best friend? For me, yes, we argue often. We never argue about football, about sports. Neither of us likes football, likes sports. Neither, not either of us, not one of us, not both of us, neither. We sometimes argue about politics. She is not very interested in politics, and I think it is important to be interested in politics. So this causes some arguments between us. Yes, we argue always about where to go because, as I said, we don't have the same taste, the same preference for places to go. She likes to go to the pub, to the club, to socialize. I like to go somewhere quieter, somewhere more relaxed. The bookshop, the park, a cafe, a coffee shop. We sometimes argue about what to eat. We both like to eat fast food, to eat in McDonald's, in restaurants like this. But if we have to cook together, if we have to prepare food together, we have arguments about the best way to cook the dish, to cook the meal, because I think I am better at cooking than she is, and she thinks she is better at cooking than I am. So, really, a lot of arguing all the time, but it's very normal for us. We don't get upset. It's not a very negative thing for us. Jadine, do you argue with your best friend?
We don't argue often, so we don't usually argue. We never argue about politics because we have the same political opinions or feelings, which is very good. We sometimes argue about sports because we like different football teams or we support different football teams, but we are not so passionate about it. Either of us, both of us are not very passionate. But we usually argue about what to eat because we both wait until we are hungry before we cook. And when we are hungry, we are much easier to make angry.
Yes. Okay, very, very good. Which team do you support, Jadine? Which football team?
I support Tottenham Hotspurs, which is a London football team, and she supports Chelsea, which is also a London football team, but we don't like them.
Okay, there's a conflict between the two teams. Very good, very good. So now, my perfect friend. So, revising all of the things we have spoken about. Yes? So, describe your perfect friend. Make a description of your perfect friend, your perfect, the best possible, the best imaginable person to be your friend. So, my perfect friend is remembering some of the describing words, some of the adjectives. My perfect friend is honest, is patient, is funny, is a very good person. My perfect friend isn't a negative. My perfect friend isn't dishonest, impatient, boring. So, likes and dislikes. My perfect friend likes, third person positive. My third person likes reading, going to the cinema, music and culture, the things that I like. My perfect friend doesn't like sports or the things that I don't like, the things that I'm not interested in. How often do you meet? I meet my perfect friend every day. When I meet my friend every day to go for a coffee, to go for lunch, to go to the cinema, to go to the park. I think with the perfect friend, you want to spend all the time that you have. Jadine, what's your perfect friend like?
My perfect friend is funny and is friendly, which is a word we didn't discuss, but someone who likes to make friends with people, someone who is sociable. And my perfect friend isn't impatient and isn't dishonest, and we don't have a lot of arguments, or we don't often argue.
Very good, very good. Perfect friends. So, my best friend, Amy, is not the perfect friend that I described, but she is still my best friend because we have a very long relationship. We have a lot of understanding, even if we are very different people. So, we have a few minutes left. And I want to talk about something which we haven't spoken about, physical descriptions. So, very briefly, if you look at the picture, we have some people that look very different. So, the girl at the bottom, she has blonde hair and blue eyes. So in English, hair is singular, uncountable, and we use have, the verb to have. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. So hair and eyes. Yes? Beside her, this man, he has brown hair and brown eyes. I think everybody else in the picture has brown hair and brown eyes. I have black hair and green eyes. My best friend Amy has brown hair and blue eyes. JD, describe yourself and your best friend quickly.
Yes, I have brown hair and brown eyes, and my best friend also has brown eyes, but she has no hair. So
Oh,
we say she is bald, which is when you have no hair.
Very interesting. I have long hair. My hair, you have short and long hair. In the picture, the girl has long hair and the boy has short hair. I have long hair, and my friend Amy has short hair, which is unusual because usually the boys have short hair and girls have long hair. Okay? So I think we're nearly finished for time. I hope you enjoyed this focus today. I hope you learned a lot from me and JD. And I hope you will be able to describe people in the future. Okay?
Okay. And just to finish, don't forget, while the school is closed, we are running the webinars every day from 9 in the morning to 9 in the evening. So you can get details of when and which levels we are doing in the webinar on our Instagram or our Facebook or our website.
Okay. Bye bye. Have a
Bye.
great evening, everyone. Okay?